Now, last time you asked for
What is MSDB?
MSDB abbreviation.
What is what is MSDB?
We did not find the abbreviation in Google or Safari.
We are unable to find abbreviation for MSDB. Huh? We are unable to find MSDB abbreviation.
Yep.
Okay. What is MSDB, guys? Anyone tried? What is MSDB?
Major system database.
Major system database. We are getting lot of answers. Major system database. And next?
Maybe Microsoft DB.
Microsoft DB. Okay.
Metadata database.
Sorry, Microsoft?
Metadata
database. Okay. Where is Chaitra? What is MSDB? Okay, so you cannot find the answer in the Google, guys. Even I also tried. I too don't know the answer. So MSDB full form, okay, maintenance storage database, right? Maintenance storage database, guys. MSDB means why? Because I told you MSDB mainly. Why will use MSDB? Can anyone tell me?
Used for
scheduling tasks.
Scheduling jobs.
For jobs, automation, exercise packages, backups, maintenance kind of stuff. Jobs, okay, SSIS packages, all these things are responsible for the maintenance, guys. Maintenance stuff, all these things. So maintenance related data will be stored. You cannot see answer anywhere, but the answer is maintenance storage database. MSDB stands for maintenance storage database, not master Shanmukh database. Okay. Yeah. So what we are going to do now, once the machine is going to start, okay, so we'll connect to the server remotely and then we'll start patching, guys. Okay, again patching process is same. Sir, how to patch with SP I don't know, how to patch with CU I don't know, nothing like that. How you will patch SP, in the same way you have to patch your cumulative update also. In the same way you have to apply your QFEs also, QFEs or GDRs, whatever it might be, hot fixes. Okay, so the patching process is same, guys. Next patch it, that's it. So while selecting the instance, I'll explain generally what kind of instances are eligible to patch. I'll explain. Okay, right? So once the machine is back, once we will connect to the server remotely and then we'll patch the server. And then I'll show you generally if patching is failed, where to check these things and all I'll show you, and how to remove patching also I'll show you. Okay, chalo, yeah, just give me a minute. Okay, once this is back, then I'm going to connect to the server remotely. In the meantime, if you have any questions, you can ask me, guys. Any questions? Any questions? No questions. No questions. Chaitra, Shruti, snacks? Not now. 8:30 snacks break is there, na? Guys, we have offline classes also, so students are there with me, so I'm talking with them. Mostly same IP address will be there. Let's try with this first. If not, I'll check the IP address. Same IP address is there. Yes. How can we come to know that particular CU or SP patched before we initiating the patching process? Very good question, Avinash. It's a good question. I'll tell you. Okay. Once we connect to the server, I'll tell you. So generally, okay. we have bill numbers, right? So using bill numbers only we'll find it out. Bill number, okay? If you install RTM, SQL Server RTM, if you install SQL Server RTM, okay, so generally what you will get, if you install SQL Server RTM, SQL Server build start, yeah, this is the one, okay? Any version, RTM will have its own bill number, and this one, Service Pack 1 will have its own bill number. So now you see, if you install SQL Server 2020-22 RTM copy, you can see the bill number as 16.0.1000.6. Okay, you can see the bill number as 16.0.1000.6, guys. Right? So when you install on top of this RTM, if you patch this SQL Server 2022 with CU1, your bill number will be changed. I told you earlier, okay? So generally when you patch the SQL Server, minor version and what is this fourth part? Can anyone tell me quickly? Revision history, okay? Minor, this one actual bill number and revision history. Only third part and fourth part is going to change, guys. When you patch SQL Server, third part and fourth part is going to be changed, okay? So now if you see here, now if you connect to SQL Server, you can see the bill number, right? So based on the bill number only, you can identify whether the patch is applied or not. If patch is applied, what level of patch is applied? For example, SQL Server 2019 you are patching. Okay, if you see already, if you see SQL Server 2019 bill number is showing 4298.1, do we need to patch that SQL Server, guys? Do we need to patch? For example, CU19, it's already patched with CU19. Again, do we need to patch with CU18?
No.
Not
No.
required. That's the highest accumulator update. Why again you are going to apply the lower version of accumulator update? Not required. So if you see the bill number is already patched with the latest accumulator update, if you see the bill number is already changed as per the latest accumulator update, you can avoid that server. Clear, Avinash? So using bill number only we are going to identify whether the server is patched or not, and we have that query is there, right? Select at version. So using that select at version also, it will show you if it is patched. In the brackets it will show you what level of patch is applied. If you applied CU19, in the brackets it will show you RTM CU19. If you apply CU18, when you run select at version, in the output it will show you CU18, what level of patch you applied, that particular bill number you can see, and that particular that particular update also you can see in the select at version output, guys. Clear, everyone? How to find whether the SQL Server is patched with current cumulative update or not? How to find? Using the bill number and using select at version. Is there a way to see batch history all applied with the date? So you can use summary.txt file, okay, that will generate whenever you are patching. Today I am patching the SQL Server, right, at 5:48 a.m. US time, okay? So today server time is different, okay? Server time is different. So today I am applying patching on the server, right? So the folders summary.txt file will be generated with this time frame, okay? So in that way you can easily identify when the last patch applied on the server. Clear, Suhaib? Yeah. So once the SSMS is back, then we'll connect to the server. So before applying the patches, I'll show you selected at version what output it is going to show. Then we'll proceed for the patch. Okay, just give me some time. In the meantime, if you have any questions, you can ask me, guys. Why it is taking this much time to open SSMS? As a DBA, do we need to patch Windows? No, Muhammad. No, yes, we don't patch, we don't apply any patches related to the Windows, okay? So even we don't get any notification also. In case if it is a HADR servers under like high availability disaster recovery servers, then we have to do health checks after patching, they will let us know. Okay, so generally they will do patches on DR servers 1 week. I'll explain guys during HADR sessions. I'll explain how to patch HA. The process is same, but little bit difference is there. Like some other extra steps are there that you have to take care of it. Some extra health checks are there for HADR machines. So we don't involve in any of the Windows machines patchings and all. But mostly in any organization, Windows patching will be automation, guys. Okay, mostly it will be automation only. So they will schedule one job on weekends after taking all the approvals. Then they are going to run that job. That job is going to patch the server, set of servers. Okay, so during HADR, like high availability disaster recovery, I'll explain how the patching will work on HADR servers and all. But as a DBA, we don't involve any Windows updates, patchings and all. Okay, is patching mandatory in the, yeah, no problem. Is patching mandatory in the organization, Sandeep? Guys, is patching mandatory in the organization?
Yes.
So the answer is yes.
Yes, sir, it's a mandatory.
The answer is yes, guys. Patching is mandatory. You cannot say, okay, customers will ask you, wantedly they will ask you, can we skip this patch and all? No. If you want to risk the SQL server or if you want to risk the data, you can skip it. So no one in that position, they are interested to risk their position and all, their data and all. So definitely he is going to approve it, and we have to patch it. It's mandatory to apply the patches. Then we have a quick question, sir. Every month, imagine if every 2 months it is patching, Microsoft is releasing updates. Every 2 months, Microsoft is releasing updates. I have 1000 servers in my organization. How can we patch 1000 servers in 2 months span? Tell me, guys. Got my question right? Every 2 months or every 1 month. Now, it depends on the Microsoft, right? Microsoft wish. Sometimes it will release in a month, sometimes it will take 2-3 months or 4 months also to release a new update. Imagine after your patch, immediately Microsoft released one more update. You just patched 1000 servers, immediately in a month, again Microsoft released one more update. So what you will do in that case? What you will do, guys? So generally, all the patches that we cannot apply, guys. Okay, listen carefully. Imagine for SQL Server 2019, 19 CUs are there. It's not mandatory that to apply all the 19 CUs. I told you, right, quarterly we'll review it. This quarter will patch 100 servers. Next quarter will patch next 100 servers. Next quarter will patch next 100 servers. And then fourth quarter will patch remaining balance servers and all. Okay, so if I am patching this first quarter, in the first quarter if I am patching some servers, by that time you are patching, what is the latest cumulative update that you have to apply? It's not mandatory that you have to apply all the patches. Again I am saying, it's not mandatory to apply all the cumulative updates. We will go as per the plan. It's mandatory to apply the latest cumulative update. But again, here don't confuse, guys. Why? Because Microsoft will keep releasing these updates. Every month you cannot patch the servers. It's a big headache. In case if they have any automation, automatically if they are patching, but mostly companies don't go for automation, especially in SQL patchings and all. But again and again I'm saying CU19 means it doesn't mean we have to apply all CU19s on that server. By that time you are patching whatever latest cumulative update is there. If you apply the latest cumulative update, it is going to fix all the bugs, right? Is it clear? Whatever bugs are there till CU18, if you apply CU19, it is going to fix all the bugs, right? Okay, so by that time your team lead or your manager will release a sheet. Okay, this quarter we have to patch these servers. During that time, whatever latest service packs or whatever latest cumulative updates are there, you have to apply those patches only. Is it clear, everyone? So it's not like, sir, since 1 year I didn't patch this server till now CU19 19 updates are there. Do I need to install all CU1, CU2, CU3, CU4? No, not required. Cumulative. The meaning itself is saying it is going to accumulate all the updates from other previous updates, guys, previous cumulative updates and all. So always the latest cumulative update is enough. Clear? Chalo, still it is taking time. Open SSMS. Let me check the resource utilization. While patching, usually in the check files in use, another process we use to get LSI agent process event system WMI pre event hosting.exe. Usually we ignore and proceed. My question is why this occurs and how to fix it. Very good question I ask. I'll tell you during that screen, okay? So others will confuse now. So during patching, I'll show you that one, okay? So very simple thing. Generally, we took the proper approvals, right? Why we are going to skip means we took the proper approvals. Okay. So now before going to patch the SQL server, we'll take the approvals. In the morning session, you haven't attended, but generally we'll take the approvals. So
Yes.
once we took the approvals means generally in the organization servers, some process will run in the back end. SQL related processes and all will run in the back end. So we cannot avoid it, we cannot stop the process also. Let it be. Anyhow, we took the proper approval, right? So we are going to skip that step, even though some processes are running in the back end that are related to the SQL server. Why we are going to ignore that one means we took the proper downtime approvals and all. It don't create any issues.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Right. So let me connect to the server first and then I'll show you selected version, I'll show you the bill number and all, then we'll proceed for the patching, guys. It is taking a lot of time. Right, okay. So I just connected to the server. Next time I'll increase the RAM, guys. Now I cannot increase, the machine is running, right? I have to stop it, I have to increase the RAM. So next time before starting the class I'll increase the RAM. It is Windows 22, right? It is taking more RAM and all. Windows 22, SQL 22, it is taking more RAM. Both are not responding. Let me close this one. See here, if you see, okay, Microsoft, like in the CPU is like it was hitting 100% because the multiple applications are running, right? Especially I opened multiple SSMS and all. So generally resource utilization will be high generally if you have multiple applications are running. Chalo, okay, so now what we can do, if you see here 16.0.1000.6, that means if you go and check what is the bill number for 16.0.1000.6, if you see here, this is for RTM. If you apply CU1, then the bill number will be changed to 4003. Guys, this bill number will keep increasing, guys. If you just check here, okay, if you see here 2019, right? So if you see here, CU1 bill number is 4003 and CU2 is 4013. 4023, 4033. If the cumulative updates are increasing, the number also will be increased, guys. Okay, if you are removing the cumulative update, then again the number will be decreased. Clear? So generally, latest update means the cumulative number will be big when compared to the previous update. Okay, so let me go to the server now. I'm going to run one query, select at version. I'll show you just RTM. You can see I haven't patched the server till now, right? So in the output you can just see RTM. When you apply the patches in the output, you can see RTM -cu1, like that you can see, guys. Okay, let me run the query and then we'll proceed for the patching. Right, okay, select edit version. Okay, so all text. Now you can see, right, in the brackets you can see just RTM, SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server 2022 RTM, and this is the build number, guys. Okay, 16.0.1000.6. Like we in the morning session we already discussed what are the patching precautions and all you have to take. Chalo, straight away we can patch the SQL Server, guys. This is the file that I have copied. I just downloaded the SQL Server 2022 patch file and then I am going to proceed. Okay, how to open this application? As this is exe file, always it's good to open run as admin mode. Any exe files you have to open with run as admin mode, guys. Right, it's just extracting the files. It's going to extract. See, while extracting you can see .msa files, msp files and all, guys. Just check the extensions .dll files, .msa files, .msp files. Okay, you can see those files. Generally, again guys, during patching they will ask you, have you faced any challenges and all. So generally, mostly you don't face any challenges in case if you are following all the precautions. Generally, I told you, right, in the morning almost we covered 10 precautions. Before patching, what kind of precautions and all we have to take, that we covered in the morning. Almost 10 precautions we have covered. We have to cover. But the thing is, people don't cover those things, those precautions and all. Blindly they will apply the patches and all. Then it will be failed. If you follow all the precautions, 90% you don't get any issues, guys. Patching will be very smooth. Sometimes there is a chance that your patching will be failed with the error of MSI and MSP files missing. Sometimes there is a chance your patching will be failed with the .msi and .msp files missing. So in the interview they will ask you, okay, what kind of errors you will get. Till now you patched these many servers, right? Like how many, like what kind of errors you got till now. So the common answer will be, till now I patched these many servers, but mostly I got MSA, MSP missing errors also. But he's asking, tell me one situation that you just fixed one issue. Where did you find so grateful after fixing that issue? In that case, morning we told you, right? We discussed it, right? So you have to explain that one of the issue, patching is failing. One of my colleagues is patching the SQL server, but patching is failing due to wrong server name. I checked the summary.txt, I checked the detail file.txt. Okay, I checked all the corners, but still there is no issue from, like I don't find any issues and all. Later, while doing health checks, I found selected version or selected server name is showing different server name, and in the object explorer is showing different server name. So then I renamed the server name and all, and I reran the server and it was fixed. Or else selected version is showing different build number, and on the object explorer is showing different build number. So what I did is last patch was partially patched. So I removed the last patch and I then reran the, like I just patched the SQL with the latest cumulative update. It was fixed like that. You have to explain, guys. Okay, so you can use those two issues while explaining, other than MSA and MSP files issues. Okay, MS and MSP files missing issues. Just give me 2 minutes, guys. It is taking a lot of time. If I stop the VM again, it will take a lot of time. That's why. Next time I'll increase the RAM. I'll do one thing. I'll stop one SQL server. At least it will decrease some load from the server, guys. Now the patch file opened. But before proceeding, what I'll do, let me stop one SQL server. Okay, two instances are running, right? So I have a quick question for all of you. Can I patch if the SQL server is in stopped state?
No, I don't think so, sir.
Ayaz, it was already uploaded. The morning session is already uploaded in the YouTube. Okay, under batch 48 playlist.
We can do anything for running instance only, I think so.
No, we cannot patch the stopped instances.
No.
The answer is
There will be a scenario we can do it.
yes. Okay, we can patch the stopped instances also. It's not mandatory that instance should be up and running while patching. Okay, you can patch even the instance is in stopped state also. You can patch the SQL server, guys. Just 2 minutes, please don't mind. I'm going to first stop one SQL server so that it is going to fix the issue. Server is too slow. Okay, so the answer is yes, we can patch the SQL server even though the server is in stopped state. Okay, so I'm going to stop one SQL service. 2019, I'm going to stop it. 2022, I'm then just patching, right? This is SQL server 2019. I'm going to stop this. Yes. And let me stop this CX.
You are stopping the services only because of slowness, right, Shanmugh?
Correct. Yes. As this is not a prod server and all, in the organization, don't stop. If CPU utilization is
Yeah,
more or memory utilization is more, never ever stop it. Why? Because SQL services generally will use more memory and CPU. Instead of SQL server, if I stop any other process, it don't give you much difference. Still the server will be slow. If you stop the SQL server, you will get some extra, what you can say, performance will be good. In the organization, guys, never ever stop. Don't think my sir followed this troubleshooting step, Shanmugh followed this troubleshooting step, so when he stopped the SQL server, the memory and CPU utilization are normal. Don't think in that way. In the performance tuning, I'll explain again. As it is a practice server, I can do anything. So never ever stop SQL server just to calm down the CPU and your memory, guys. Okay, chalo. Right now, fine. So now you can see when I open setup file with run as admin mode, this will open generally. Okay, just open this window, guys. First you can see this window. If you go back, you can see this window. Okay, before that patching, okay, you can see this window. Imagine if the restart computer check is failed as discussed during the installation, all the checks should be succeeded, or warning is also fine, or skipped also fine. Okay, but in case if one check is failed, you cannot proceed next, guys. Even I'm sorry, even if one check is failed, you cannot proceed to next. Okay, all the checks can be succeeded, or warning is also fine, skipped is also fine, but at least all the checks should be succeeded, or warning or skipped. Even the one check is failed, imagine if restart computer check is failed. I told you, right, you have to restart the server before and after patching. If you don't restart, what will happen, you know, this check will be failed, this restart computer check will be failed. So what is the solution if the restart computer check is failed? What is the solution, guys? What is the solution if the restart computer check is failed?
We just need to restart, sir.
That's it. We have to close all the windows and restart the Windows machine and again open the setup file again. Okay. So these are the checks. Next, any application you have to accept the license terms. I accept the license terms. Next, now see here. I have actually two instances in my Windows machine. I have two instances. One is SQL 2019, another one is SQL 2022. This is SQL 2022 default instance. This is SQL 2019 named instance, guys. Okay. So now here I can see only one instance. Why? Why I cannot see my SQL 2019 instance?
Just now you stopped the server.
No. Correct. Okay, so because it belongs to 2019, we opened 2022 setup file. 2019 is not eligible under 2022 setup file. Sir, what if I have two or 2022 instances? If both are 2022 instances, you can see the instance here. Now let me explain you guys. Okay, now let me explain you here. Imagine we have two instances of same version. Two instances of same version. Same version. So in this case, if both are 2022, even imagine SQL instance 1 is already patched. Instance 1 is already patched with CU1, guys. We are installing CU1 only, right? So instance 2 is not patched. Sorry, instance 2 is not patched. So you can only check the unpatched instance, that is called eligible instances. If instance is eligible, then only you can check or uncheck. If instance is not eligible, in what case it will not eligible, guys? If already patched, you cannot check. Like see, shade features I cannot check or uncheck. Why? Because this was grayed out. In the same way, if you have two instances or three instances, you can see the list here, number of instances. If they belongs to same version, if you have different versions, you cannot see in this list. As we open SQL Server 2022 update, it will detect only SQL Server 2022 instances in this machine. It don't detect other instances, other version instances and all. In that list also, if instance is already patched, the instance will be grayed out like this. You cannot check or uncheck. If it is not patched, then only you have an option to check or uncheck. Why? Because this is not patched. This is ready to patch. So you can select the instance, default instance, and you can go to next, guys. Clear? Someone asked in the morning how to check, how to find and all. Is it clear now? So now this screen, I has asked this one, okay, sir, during patching, okay, we are going to get this check files in use. So generally, if SQL Server is running, some backend files will run, guys. In the backend, some application support related files will run. Okay, so sometimes here you can see list of files that are running in the backend. Sometimes you don't see any list. Okay, if it is connected to the real-time application and all, you can see some processes will run in the backend. Okay, it will check what and all files are running currently. Okay, so in that case, what we have to do? Nothing we have to do. Why? Because we took the proper downtime approvals. We are going to patch the server in this window like 10 to 12 p.m. So please approve this activity like that. We already took the approval. So even though you see some files are running here, you can skip it. Simply you can go to next. Nothing to do here. Okay, simply you can go to next. Even though some files are running in this screen, nothing to worry. You can simply go to next, guys. Okay.
Sir, in case we have same version of the 2022 and they are not patched, we can patch those two,
You
right,
can
sir?
patch. Yes, very good question. In case if the same version to 2022 you have two instances, both are not patched. Both you can select at a time, but it will, even though you select both instances at a time, it will patch like this one by one by two. Got the point? So if you are, even though you patched, imagine three instances are there, guys, the same. Both, all three are not patched. All three are not patched. Then you select all three instances. During that last window, you selected all the three instances. Even though you selected all the three instances, don't patch all three instances at a time. It will first patch one instance 1 by 3. Once that instance patching is completed, it will patch the second instance 2 by 3. Once that second instance patch is completed, then it will patch third instance 3 by 3. In serial order only it will patch. Even though you have multiple instances, even though you selected multiple instances also, it will patch in serial order only. Don't patch all the instances at a time. Can I connect to the SQL server while patching the this one instance? Can I connect to the SQL server while patching the instance? Can
No,
I
sir.
connect? Can I connect? So the
We can
answer
connect,
is,
we cannot do operations, I think.
the answer is yes and no. Why? Because during patching, okay, SQL Server will reboot multiple times. Automatically, it will reboot multiple times. If it is up and running, you can connect. If it is in rebooting state or restarting state, you cannot connect. Okay. So now see here, files in use check completed. Nothing. No files are in use. You can proceed next. Even the files are in use, you can proceed next. Nothing will do. No action we are going to take here. See, now action is equal to patch. Okay, action is equal to patch, guys. This is the command. When we click update button, automatically this command will run on that particular instance and it is going to patch the SQL server, guys. Okay, right? And you can just click update. Now the patching is started. Now if you are patching two instances at a time, here it will show you patching one by two, sorry, patching 1 by 2. Once that instance is completed, here it will show you patching 2 by 2, like that it is going to show you, guys. This is how generally when you are patching multiple instances at a time, this is how you generally can see the screen. So during generally the non-prod servers will patch multiple instances at a time. Okay, guys, if you are patching, it's not an issue. You can patch multiple instances at a time. If all the instances are eligible, you can patch multiple instances at a time. But the thing is, you have to take proper downtime approval for all the instances. Okay, you have to mention all the instance names in the email approval. Okay, and you have to raise different change request or single change. Sometimes they will accept a single change, and in that change request you can include all the servers that you are patching. Sometimes they will ask you multiple change requests for each servers and all. Okay, that's how. That's it, guys. How much time it took? Next, just update. But patching precautions, okay, so you should be very careful before and after patching. Again, whatever things we discussed in the morning, After patching also you have to check all the services are running or not. SQL services. After patching, you have to check all the databases. What is the state of the databases? The state of the database should be same as after patching also. Okay, these things you have to check. Okay, especially databases and especially services. Both you have to check. Okay, this is mandatory post patching checks, guys. Clear? It will take 15 minutes or 20 minutes, not an issue. Let it be. So any questions till now, guys, patching the SQL server? Any other questions? You can see here agent is down. Yeah. Yes, please.
Yeah, like before we proceed for the patching, do we have any query to check the active sessions kind of?
See, it depends. Generally, as we took the downtime approval, generally, again, we have 2, 3 extra steps also. Generally, what people will do extra care, they will check what active processes are running. In case, for example, generally, in case if any backups and all are running, we no need to wait. Next, after patching is completed, we can start. What I will do if it is a critical server and all, again, one more point. Thanks for reminding. If it's a critical server and all, application team will tell you, hey, DBA team, before patching, you have to stop these application related jobs. Okay, but this is not for all the servers. Very rarely you will get this request. That application owner will clearly mention DBA team before patching the server, stop these application related jobs. After patching the server, again start these jobs. You have to add that step also here. Okay, before patching, you have to stop some jobs, application related jobs also. What is job and all I'll explain, guys. In the next weekend sessions, I'll explain job, automation, everything will be discussed. Okay, so you have to stop some jobs. But generally, 99% is okay. No need to check any active sessions. What you will do if any active sessions are running, what we can do now? Generally, tell me. We took only 2 hours downtime.
In Oracle, we can see like active sessions view. So from that, we can check the sessions which are running or suspended, or sometimes some updates are happening for a longer duration, right?
Correct.
So we can check with the application teams, and if it's not really required, we can kill those sessions.
Yes.
Kind
But
that
here,
kind of
yes,
things we
I
can.
totally agree with you. But generally, we'll patch it on during the weekends. First thing. Second thing, we took the proper downtime approval. So it's the responsibility of the application owner. He has to cross check with the developers. Nothing has to be run on the server. Still we have, but we cannot do anything. In case still we have any active sessions and all, it's good to check. But at that moment again, if we are following up with them and all, our downtime window can be closed.
Okay, what we call these views, kind of any
We have views also.
views are there
We have
to
views
check
also.
such kind of things.
No. We don't have such views. We have a
Okay.
separate T-SQL views are there, right? That see here, guys, SQL server is stopped. Okay, it was in stopped state. Again, it will restart automatically. It will be restarted. So services will keep restarting multiple times. So that's why generally at the end of the patching or once patching is completed, it's our responsibility whether all the services came back or not. Why? Because they will restart multiple times, right? Sometimes agent service won't come online. Sometimes agent service will be still in stopped state only. So you have to cross check whether all the services are back after patching and all. Any other questions? Right? Okay. Chalo, let it be, let it run. So what next after the patching? How to remove the patch? This is also important, guys. How to remove the patch? So why we have to remove the patch generally? Why we have to remove the patch?
It's not succeeded like partial.
Very good. One case is if the patch is partially succeeded. Partially succeeded. Very good. Partially succeeded. We have to remove the patch. Next. What is the other reason?
Both instances have different build numbers.
Instances are different build numbers. Didn't get you. Sorry.
That means object explorer. What he's saying, object.
That's
explorer.
what partially
Yes,
successful. Yes. Yeah, partially successful. Next. Very important thing is compatibility, guys. Compatibility. After patching, what we have to do, one extra step is there. We have to send an email to application team. Hey, application
Validation
team.
check.
Yes. Hey, application team, the patching is succeeded. Hey, app team, patching is succeeded. Please cross check or please check from the application side. Please check the application connectivity. Anything, please check the application connectivity and let us know in case of any issues. And let us know in case of any issues. So you have to send an email to the DBA team. And again, guys, while sending email, you have to include application owner in the emails. You have to, in the to form, you have to include application owner. Okay, he has to know, and sometimes you have to include application team also, and you have to must and should you have to include DBA team in the two. We are going to send before patching. You have to send an email. I'm initiating patching on the below servers. You have to add monitoring team also. There is a separate team called monitoring team, guys. They are going to monitor each and everything. In case suddenly, why? Because the SQL server is going to be restarted multiple times, right? It is going to be restarted multiple times. So if the server is restarted multiple times, monitoring team will get an alert. So and so 106 server is restarted. 160 server is restarted. Monitoring team will get an alert. So if the server is down, means it's a P1 issue. So they will immediately take call to the DBA team. Hey, DBA team, P1, we got a P1 ticket. Please connect someone, like that. They are going to raise a P1 ticket. So you have to let monitoring team knows that you are patching the server. So you have to, before patching, at 10 o'clock patching is scheduled, right? Hi team, okay, or any teams, hi teams, we are initiating patching on 192.168.0.160. Please ignore if any alerts are there. We'll update once the patching is completed. You have to let them know, guys. You have to let application owner know, you have to let application team know, and you have to tell to the DBA team. Why? Because you're working from Bangalore location. One of your colleagues joined from Hyderabad location. He suddenly got an alert that so-and-so server is down. He will directly connect to the server and he will check what happened, why it is restarting multiple times, like that he might check. You have to let DBA team know that you are patching the server. Got the point, guys? Otherwise, they might connect. Otherwise, monitoring team will raise a ticket and they will ask that on-call DBA people will be there. They will ask to connect to the. They will connect to the on-call DBA and they will ask what is happening and all. Why the server is restarting multiple times. Monitoring team will cross-check with other teams and all. So if the other DBA person, they don't know that you are patching the SQL server, then he might troubleshoot something and all. Totally the instance might be corrupted. He might try to start the server. He will do something troubleshooting steps and all to make the server online. So there is a chance that instance will be corrupted. So it's must and should, guys. You have to send an email to all these teams. Once the patching is completed, again you have to send the same email. Hey teams, patching is successfully completed. SQL server is successfully updated with the CU1. SQL server 2022 successfully updated with CU1. Please check and let us know in case of any connectivity issues. Like that, you have to send an application to application owner. Application owner also will be available during the patching window. He will cross check if everything is succeeded or not, and whether application is able to connect to the SQL server or not. Whether application is able to connect to the, I told you, right, my timesheet, or what is that application in the morning? Book my time. Okay, book my time. Application owner will try to connect to the database. Okay, 192.168.0.160. So if he is able to connect to the application database successfully, then he will update us, hey DBA team, we are able to connect to the SQL server. Now you can close the change request, like that they are going to respond. Then you have to close the change request. Without taking application owner confirmation, you cannot you cannot close the change request, guys. There is a chance that, for example, book my time is compatible up to SQL Server 2022 only. Up to SQL Server 2022 only it was compatible, guys. SQL Server book my time application is compatible up to SQL Server 2022. But after patching, After patching, what happened? This was updated with CU1. So your application may not be compatible with this latest update. Clear guys, this is called compatibility issue. After patching, if application team is not able to connect to the SQL Server database because of compatibility issues, then also what we will do guys? What we will do?
We need to revert back.
That's it, huh? If application team is unable to connect to the database, first we have to cross check with them. Hey application team, do you have any application updates? Okay, if possible try to update your application. If not possible, then there is no option, we have to roll back the change. Update first, you will ask the application team if you have any. Why? Because like our SQL Server, their application also, they may have updates, right? We'll ask the application team to update their application. The updated application can be compatible with CU1. If they said no, we don't have any updates, this is the old application and all, there is no option. In that case, finally you have to remove the patching, guys. Clear? In what scenarios we'll remove the patching? Is it clear, guys? Is it clear? In what scenarios we'll remove the patching? First case is partially succeeded. What is meant by partially succeeded? Some of the features are succeeded, some of them are not succeeded. That is called partially successful. Okay, some of the features are succeeded and some of them are not succeeded, means that now you can see all the features are succeeded. You can see green check. You can see some, if one feature is red check and remaining all 5 are green check, that means partially succeeded.
Shanmukh, I have a doubt here.
Yes, please.
So, like after updating, if the application is not supporting, we are going to revert back to the older version, right?
Yes.
So before patching itself, we will go through a check if
that's actually
we are installing this patch.
Yes, good question. This is actually the application owner responsibility.
Yeah.
Okay,
that is what I have a doubt.
Yeah, if you don't check it, then see, this is very rare case, extreme cases I'm explaining, worst cases and all. Generally, application owner will check whether the new patch is compatible with the application or not. Somehow, if they miss it to check, then you might encounter these kind of issues.
Yeah.
Right, clear guys? If one feature is failed to update, then that is called partially successful, guys. Even though if one feature is failed, that is called partially successful. You have to remove the whole patching and you have to again re-trigger the patching, guys. Okay, that is one case. And second case is the application is not compatible. In that case also you have to revert the change, guys. Okay, chalo, someone asked where to check if the patching is failed when you patch the server. This is called summary.txt. During the installation we have already discussed when the summary.txt file will be generated. Can anyone tell me in what scenarios summary.txt file will be generated?
Once the installation is completed.
Next. In 5 or 6 scenarios summary.txt file will be generated. What are those 5 or 6 scenarios? What are those 5 or 6 scenarios? During installation I told you in what cases we'll get summary.txt.
Patching is failed or what is the reason?
Okay, again guys, again I am telling you. So during installation you will get summary.txt file. During
before installation and before checking the boxes, we will get an
not
whatever
before.
the boxes we have checked with, we'll get that.
No. Not before and all. During only. You did the installation, it was failed. Okay, you will get summary. Even if it was failed or succeeded, after installation you will get summary.txt file. After uninstallation of SQL Server you will get a summary.txt file. After installing patching you will get summary.txt file. After removing patching you will get summary.txt file. After upgrading SQL Server you will get summary.txt file. In all these 5 scenarios you will get summary.txt file. Installing, uninstalling SQL Server, patching, removing updates from the SQL Server, and during upgradation. In these 5 scenarios the summary file will be generated. Summary file is a text file that you can track each and everything, what components are succeeded. See, if you see final result, we have already discussed during patching. Passed, when you just started this one at 6:05, how much time it took? 6:29. It took around 25 minutes to complete the patch. What patch you applied, you can see here. What and all, what features are updated? Product features discovered. So it just discovered other features. Don't think it just discovered. This is called discovery report, guys. It just discovered other things, but it just patched these features, guys. 2022. So like this, everything will be mentioned in the summary.txt file. This is the first place that we have to check in case if your patching is failed. This is the first place that we have to check. Summary.txt file is the first place that you have to check the patching related errors and all. If you don't find any errors in the summary.txt file, where we have to check? Where we have to check?
Event log.
Sorry? If there is no complete information in the summary.txt file, then where we have to check?
Detail?
Yes, very good. Detail.txt file. Can you tell me where it will be? Detail.txt?
Like one folder will be created and
The
in
version,
MS
sir.
SQL.
What is that folder?
Program files.
Program files.
Highest version.
Next. Next, in which folder?
160, sir.
160. Next.
Setup booster.
Very good. Next. Log. Okay. There you can see. Okay, this is just summary.txt. We just checked this one. This is the one just we checked. Okay, this is the summary.txt file, and you have to go to date and timestamp folders. You have to go to date and timestamp folders. There you can see detail.txt file. Here, how to check? Very big file will be there, right? How to check what is the error and all? Do we need to read every line and all? How to check? See how much big file is there.
Control F and find
Control F and
yes. Okay.
Control F.
Error failed. Use error failed. Okay.
Fail.
We can use 3-4 words, guys. Error you can use. Error means don't think. Error also will be there. Error reporting and all will be there. Error 1, failed. One more keyword will be there. Okay. One more keyword will be there, guys. Error failed. Message. Okay, message also you can use message. Okay, so like that you have to use some 2-3 keywords. So even though you have, for example, somehow you have one error is there. So if you generally you cannot fix it by just looking that error, guys. You have to check 5 to 10 lines below the error and above the error. There you will get some hint. Okay, below the error 5 to 10 lines you have to check. Above the error 5 to 10 lines logs you have to check. This is called log. So below the error and above the error you have to check 5 to 10 lines. So you will get some hint. Based on the hint you have to start troubleshooting, guys. Okay, so in these places generally we have to check the errors and all. One is summary.txt file, another one is detail.txt file. Now see here 16.0.1000.6, right? And refresh this. See here 16.0.1000.6. When you refresh, what is the build number, guys? What is the new build number? Can anyone remember? Anyone remember this one? No, not required. No need to tell the correct answer, but at least
4956.
Very good. Okay, let's see. Okay, 4003. Okay, see here 1000 was changed to 4003, and here also 16.0 is there, and you can see only RTM right here. And if you execute again, now you can see RTM CU1, and you can see here 16.0.4003.1. If SQL Server is partially patched, partially successful, here you can see 4003, here you can see 1000, or here you can see 1000, here you can see 4000, guys. Clear how to verify patch is succeeded or not? Is it clear? Someone asked how to verify patch is succeeded or not. Guys, clear? Any doubts?
Sir?
Yes, please.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yes.
Sir, if in case we have updated a 2020 server with the CU1 update, sir, but due to some of the reason it's got partially failed.
Okay.
Sir, without reverting back, we can go to the further cumulative 2, sir.
No. See, if you apply the next update again, that will also, there is a chance that will also pass. That's why If it is partially succeeded, the numbers will be changed right here and here. So what is the problem? There is a chance partially succeeded means 70% is also partially successful, 90% is also partially successful. Sometimes there is a chance you can apply the next update. Okay, 10% success ratio will be there. Might be there is a chance of 10% the next update will be successful. But if 70% is failed and 30% is partially successful, generally here you can see one number and here you can see one number. If you see two different numbers here, can you patch it? It's not going to allow you to patch. Okay, you have to remove the patch. You have to remove the patch and then you have to reinstall the patch. Clear? Simple answer is, if partially successful, the best case is remove the old patch and reinstall it. Guys, is it clear? Any questions, any doubts? Fine, everyone, please. Any questions, guys? Let me check the questions in the chart. You have to restart. No, Mike. No, there will be some.
Shamuk?
Yes, yes.
Actually, I have a question.
Okay,
There will be some services, which are up and running. I'm talking about all the general services under SQL Server as well as the Windows. Then after patching, the services which are up and running before patch, they are in stop state, some of them, and some of them are in running state. So, there will be like compatibility issues or what?
That is not compatibility. See, that is not a compatibility issue. The thing is here, some services, okay, even though the service startup type is automatic, some services still, it's not a regular case. Again, I'm saying very rarely you can see these kind of things. Some services will be stopped automatically. See, for example, if you patch SQL Server, database engine will be back, but agent service will be stopped. Sir. Okay, it will be in stopped state. You have to restart it. That's it. That's why I told you during the patching precautions. Patching precautions, we just discussed one thing. What is that? Before patching, whatever services are up and running, take a snippet of it, take a snapshot of that. After patching also, make sure the same services are up and running. Okay, it's a machine. Okay, you will get some issues and all. So that doesn't mean that if you after patching also the same services in stopped state, again after patching, application team, they might get issues. Some of the jobs may not run. So it's your responsibility, okay, that you have to check whether services are back or not. If they are not back, they are not started, you have to start it manually.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
No problem. What is the exact service, sir, in order to stop the instance?
Not required. See, the main is database engine, okay? If you stop agent first, you have to stop SQL Server also. If you stop direct SQL Server, the agent also will be stopped automatically. Why? Because agent will always depends on the database engine. This is database engine service, this is agent service. If you stop database engine, the agent also will be stopped automatically. If you stop agent, manually you have to stop database engine. Very good question actually. Dependency is there. You have to stop the database engine. Okay, first you have to stop the database engine. The dependent processes or services will be stopped. Okay. Any other questions that I missed, guys? Under services that I missed. Okay, fine. Right, chalo. If no questions directly, yes, please.
Sorry, Shamak, would you allow me to ask one more thing? If you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem. Please continue.
Okay, thank you. The thing is, before applying the patches, we usually follow up some pattern. Like we will disable some of the alerts and jobs which will be running at the background. Then we go for it. Then after patching it, we will enable them. So what exactly, why we follow? Is there a necessary, or we can go directly? I know they will generate alerts, and there will be like log will be generated heavier, but could you please elaborate?
Yes, mostly generally we don't stop any alerts and all. That's why we'll include alert monitoring team also in the mails. See, people will follow different strategies in your organization. You might have different build sheet, different kind of what I can say protocols. In my organization, I might have different kind of protocols. Okay, it's not mandatory that you have to stop some alerts and all. Depends upon the application criticality. I told you, you have to stop some of the application related jobs. In such cases, application owner will let you know, hey DBA team, please stop these jobs. Otherwise, even if it is not allowing us, otherwise he is not updating us, at least one of our colleague also will update us. Okay, so again, protocols will be changed organization to organization. Your organization might be, depends upon the application. That's what I'm saying. Depends upon the application. You might disable some of the alerts just to not to trigger the alerts and all. Okay, in our organization, what I will do, if I go too deeply, again people will confuse. In our organization, we'll have monitoring tool. Okay, in our organization, we will have monitoring tool. In the monitoring tool, we'll add the server. Okay, in the monitoring tool, we'll add 192.168.0.160. We'll set maintenance window for 4 hours. Means if we add the server in the monitoring tool and if we enable the maintenance for 4 hours, if the server is down, we don't get any alerts up to 4 hours.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how it depends upon the organization to organization, that you can understand easily. So yes, to avoid some situations and all, to avoid what I can say application related faulty things and all, we'll stop some of the jobs, but that will be informed by the application owners.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine. Any other questions? No problem. Any other questions, guys? Chalo? Okay. Let's remove the patch. How to remove the patch? If you want to uninstall anything, generally what you will do, go to control panel, right? What is the shortcut to go to control panel? Can anyone tell me?
appwiz.cpl.
Very good. appwiz.cpl. Okay, go to appwiz.cpl, direct shortcut for your control panel. And here, installed updates, view installed updates. Okay, guys, removing service pack is something different. Removing cumulative update is something. See, process is same. If you want to remove service pack, you can see the update here. If you want to remove cumulative updates, you have to click on view installed updates. Click on this one. Then what you have to do, whatever updates are there which was installed, you can see the list of updates here. You can see this is for browser service update, same 4003. You can cross check 4003 update. Okay, so browser service, Microsoft SQL Server service, and VSS Writer service. Okay, from which component I have to remove the patch? Can anyone tell me? From which you can guess it easily. Out of these
SQL Server, sir.
Out of these
SQL Server.
Right. Why? Because if you can remove one by one also, but the challenge is you have to remove manually. But if you remove directly on the server, all the updates will be removed from other services, guys. Clear? Okay, so don't confuse, sir. I have 3 updates. Which update I have to remove? Okay, remove directly on the SQL Server 2022 64-bit. If you remove the main update, other minor updates will be removed, guys. Okay.
Sir, if you don't mind, can we navigate one more time?
appwiz.cpl, click on view installed updates. Let me open it again. Windows R, appwiz.cpl, view installed updates. View installed updates. Okay, so always remove the patching from the main SQL Server service. Automatically it will be removed from other services or other components. Okay, double click on it, that's it. If you double click on it, you will get a window again. Like while patching, what window you got, same kind of window you will get it. How to uninstall the patch, next uninstall. How to install the patch, next update. That's it. But again, you should know the process. Change process you have to know. You have to know the precautions and all. Finally, you have to proceed, guys. Clear? Any questions here, please? Let it be. Once the window opens, then I'll show you. You can remove it.
Sir, while reverting back also, we need to follow all the precautions, sir.
Same, yes. I know how this is in a maintenance window, right? Now you can do it. But again, after 1 week or after 10 days, if you want to remove the patch, means you have to follow the same process. You have to raise a change request. Once change is approved, okay, then you have to go to the server, then you have to like remove the patch. The patching precautions and all, you have to take care of all the patching precautions and finally you have to remove the update. After removing, I'll give you a break, and after that what we'll do, we'll start security, guys. Okay, today we'll start security. Today and tomorrow morning we'll cover the security concepts like what is authentication, what is authorization, what is principal, what is secureable, how to give access on a database, how to give access on a table. Okay, so all these things will be discussed. Here, if you have multiple instances, if you want to remove patch from only one instance, select that instance only. I have two SQL Server 2022 instances, instance 1 and instance 2. One is named instance, another one is default instance. You want to remove it from the default instance. Select that one only. Unselect the named instance like this, so that it is not going to remove from the named instance. Now, this is not a named instance, I am just giving you example. Okay, so if you don't want to remove the update on the installed instance, you have to unselect that one, so that it is going to skip that instance. Next, and finally again you will get same check files is in use, like that you will get it, and ready to remove the update and removal process progress and all you can see. Finally you can just complete. We can skip this one, guys, no need to wait. Okay, next, and finally this is the command. It is going to write remove patch. See, action is equal to remove patch. While patching, action is equal to patch. While removing, action is equal to remove patch, and click on remove. That's it, guys. It will take same time, around 15 minutes to 20 minutes, or if the server is big it will take 30 minutes also. Okay, chalo, let it be. Once it's removed, I'll show you again. The bill number will be changed to, can anyone guess what will be the new bill number after removing the patch?
1000, sir.
1000. It will back to its previous state. It will back to its previous state. You can see 1000 here. 1006, I guess it will go to 1006, guys, when you remove the patching and all. Okay, chalo. So take a break, guys. Come back at 8:30, 8:35. Right? How many minutes? 5 plus 8. Okay, fine. Come back at 8:35, guys. Okay, we'll discuss the security.
Thank you, sir.